From insanely loud and creepy roars in dark forests.
What the f*** is that?
To the haunting cries of a little girl in the dark.
Amiga! Niña! Ay, no seas imbécil.
A terrifying chase by a woman in white.
Hello. Hello. What the fuck? What the fuck?
These are some of the most terrifying hiking encounters ever caught on camera. Belgian urbex YouTuber Sizzle, famous for his explorations of abandoned spots all over Europe, has taken his viewers to some seriously eerie places. But recently, Sizzle and his friends went on an exploration that really shook them up, so much so, they're actually questioning if they should ever do this kind of thing again.
Dat is een MacLeod of zo. Nee. Dat gaan we niet bouwen, hè? Ja, iets aan. Ja, hoor die hond, ja. Hier is de ingang, de poort. Ja, dat staat echt duidelijk privaat op. Privaat, dit is in plaats van gebed, gelief onze ruimte respecteren, gebed. En daar staat op, pas op, waakhond. Ik ben hier heel lang geleden eens geweest en stond hier vol met bungalows, met campings, met caravans, mobile homes, midden in het bos, allemaal verspreid. Super.
Sizzle and his buddies entered this dense, dark forest. At first, everything seems normal, just the usual rustling of leaves and the occasional snap of a branch underfoot. They're pushing deeper and deeper in when out of nowhere, they start hearing these weird sounds. It's hard to describe. Something between a whisper and a distant scream.
Die deur, die wint niet. Ik hoorde zo...
Nee, dat was een beest.
Zeker?
Ja.
Oh, nee. Waar is dat?
Dat was een deur.
But even though they're creeped out, they keep going. And then she appears.
Sketchy. Dus ja, hier gaat iemand wonen gewoon nog. Dat kan toch niet aan? Hoezo? Fuck, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh. Dat is toch niet mijn auto of zo, hè? Hier, maat. Hallo? Hallo? What the fuck? What the fuck? Hey!
Just like that, out of thin air, a woman in white holding an axe in one hand and a torch in the other steps right into their path. The sight is enough to freeze anyone in place. But instinct kicks in. Without even thinking, Sizzle and his friends turn and bolt, running as fast as they possibly can. They were sprinting through the dark, trying not to trip over roots and rocks. But the worst was that they could still hear her behind them.
Wat? Kom! Kom! Kom!
After what feels like an eternity, they find a place to stop, a little spot where they feel safe enough to breathe. They immediately call 911, still glancing over their shoulders every few seconds. Luckily, the police show up pretty fast. They find the woman and manage to arrest her.
We zijn hier in het bos en dat is een verlaten bungalowpark. En ineens komt er een man met een mes of zoiets op ons af. Ik zit hier met 3 en ik hoorde ook kloppen. Ik denk dat mijn auto kapot is geslagen. En we zijn vies aan het gaan lopen. Zijn jurissen. Kom alsjeblieft.
But here's where it gets even weirder. When they bring her over to where Sizzle and his friends are waiting, she just stares at them, not breaking eye contact with this unsettling, almost maniacal grin on her face. That look alone was enough to haunt them for days.
Hey, niet vallen! Hey, ligt er niet aan. MacLeod, dat is de laatste keer. Hier blijven.
Maar wat is het?
Je gaat hier blijven.
Ofwel moet ik mee met mijn vrouw mee, ofwel moet ik hier blijven.
Ja, dat is goed. Vanaf nu luisteren naar mij.
Nee, ik ga niet luisteren.
Hé! Beetje respect hebben voor de kleren, ja?
Dat is geen respect hebben voor mij. Nee, dat gaan we niet.
Oh?
Nee, dat gaan we niet doen. Dat gaan we niet doen. Nee.
But it doesn't end there. Later they find out this woman had gone ahead and removed the license plate from their car. She was hoping they'd have no choice but to head back into the forest, setting them up for an ambush. The next story comes from a YouTuber named Phoenix, who runs a channel dedicated to capturing high-quality nature sounds. You'd think his work would be pretty peaceful, right? But this trip, not so much. For his very first adventure, Phoenix headed to a forest in Michigan. He was just setting up his equipment, casually recording the natural sounds around him, when suddenly he heard it. A scream. And not just any scream. Without a second thought, he grabbed his gear and bolted. Once he was back to safety, Phoenix shared his thoughts on the encounter. He swears that whatever made that sound isn't native to Michigan, hinting that it could have been a cryptid, one of those legendary creatures people only whisper about. According to him, it sounded like this thing was either furious, in pain, or both. Phoenix may have started his channel to capture the calming sounds of nature, but this experience, let's just say, it was anything but relaxing. Next up, we've got what people call the longest audio in the world. It was July 8th, 2012, out in the Sierras near Clipper Mills, California, when someone captured this sound. It's been shared around with claims that this is 100% real.
What is that?
Juno, stay here.
The weirdest part was the dogs. They'd been barking non-stop until that scream echoed through the forest, and then dead silence.
Crazy. That's no dog.
Bear.
Like they sensed something we couldn't. Animals, especially dogs, are said to have that sixth sense. And when even they go quiet, you know something isn't right.
What the fuck is that?
This scream went on for over 20 minutes. They were stuck in the middle of nowhere. A situation no one would like to be in, and with loud screams like that. This next one captured the moment when this man was just walking through a forest in the year 2020, and he suddenly heard this loud scream, which could almost be heard from miles away.
Green phosphor. Thin filmed. Green phosphor. Thin filmed.
The scream came out of nowhere, and the man was recording that at 1 in the morning, a time when you could almost expect 0 person around in a forest. If you thought that was creepy, then wait until you hear this one. This will leave you questioning every sound you hear in the woods. Crooked 16th, a YouTuber, was hiking down a small canyon near a highway in the Gila National Forest. He was recording a casual vlog, just chatting with his camera. Nothing out of the ordinary. But then, out of nowhere, he heard screaming. And not just from one direction. It started from his left, then his right. These screams seemed to echo from every side, like whatever was making them was surrounding him. And the creepiest part was that it almost sounded like the things were communicating with each other. The screams were unlike anything he'd heard before, closest to what's often described as a skinwalker's call, a horrifying sound that many believe belongs to these eerie, shape-shifting creatures. And with Gila National Forest having a history rooted in Native American tribes, some locals say it's exactly the kind of place where skinwalkers might roam. It's safe to say they left the forest with more questions than answers. But one thing's certain, he captured a moment on camera that still haunts his viewers. Horror explorer YouTuber Josh, on one of his spooky adventures, stumbled upon something. This time, Josh and his friends decided to explore the legendary ape cave near Mount St. Helens in Washington. This cave already had an ominous reputation among people living nearby. Back in the day, two boys tossed rocks into a nearby canyon, which led the locals to believe they were under attack by apes, hence the name Ape Cave. And ever since, it's been shrouded in mystery.
That's like from that scary movie, Descent.
Really cool.
Oh god, this looks like some from a horror movie.
Yeah, this is
and it's really dark.
Movie too.
Lucky we got some lanterns. Well, they do. I have the A7S2. You already know I'm all good.
Yo, I'm all good too. But walking the pond. It's great for exploring the dark. And I'll show you guys right now how good it is.
Thankfully for this thing, I will be able to survive this.
So, Josh and his crew start making their way through the cave. The deeper they go, the narrower and darker it gets, the walls almost closing in around them.
Yo, alright. It is darker than I thought, everyone.
Jeez. I really feel like I'm gonna
let the guys go first with the light.
Yo, I got the lantern. Okay, hold on.
Yo, I don't know how much this lantern's gonna work, but
I know.
It's so dark.
Oh, that's what it is.
Hello.
Go hold this for a second. So I can see just fine. Just let it go.
Oh! Whoa! Whoa, dude, you have the flaming lantern in your hand.
But they press on, their flashlights slicing through the darkness, until they reach the end of the cave. And that's when they see her.
There's no way, huh?
I think this is the end.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take out my phone, actually.
English?
I don't know
You
if
speak
they
English? No English.
No?
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, come with us.
In the corner, there's a little girl, sitting all alone in the dark, crying. She doesn't speak English, and it's clear she's terrified.
This is the way back.
What an experience. As we were about to leave, this little girl comes up out of nowhere, scares us, and at first we're like, wait, whose parents are hers? And she was just there alone by herself.
Josh and his friends were trying to figure out how this little girl ended up here by herself. Then, just when they're starting to wonder if they're in a nightmare, they hear voices calling out her name. Her parents soon appear, and there's this huge sigh of relief as the girl is reunited with her family. It was one of those moments where you're left wondering, what if they hadn't found her? A real close brush with the unknown that none of them will likely forget anytime soon. Creepy Outdoors, a YouTuber known for diving headfirst into America's most notorious and mysterious spots. But this time, he got more than he bargained for. In this episode, he decided to explore an isolated forest. The forest was dead silent, with dried up trees and lifeless ground that made it seem like nothing had survived there for ages. Right from the start, he couldn't shake the feeling that someone or something was watching him. And just as he was thinking that, he heard it.
I'm not sure if you guys ever seen the Blair Witch Project, but damn. Oh, fuck. Oh, hi. What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh boy. Whew. Okay. That was fucking creepy. I need to get out of here. Whew. Okay.
Out of nowhere, a voice echoed through the trees, shouting, "I see you." Now maybe you're thinking it's a prank by another YouTuber, right? But he was deep in an area so isolated that the chance of anyone else being around was practically zero. To this day, no one knows if it was a prank, a trick of the mind, or something much darker. Whatever it was, it's left this YouTuber and his viewers haunted by the mystery. This YouTuber was traveling through a forested area in Sun River, USA. Everything seemed fine. Just a quick stop in the middle of nowhere for some rest. But things took a creepy turn fast.
So I was originally not gonna make this video just because I don't really have my setup or anything yet. But a few days ago I was camping in Sun River, and what I thought would be a good location to pull over to the side of the road in like this forest area and sleep, which I thought no one was really around, turned into someone trying to creep on me.
It's around 2:30 in the morning, pitch dark, and they're deep in the woods. Out of nowhere, there's this frantic knocking on the vehicle.
He's literally touching my truck. How am I supposed to get him away? He's literally knocking. He's literally knocking on my truck. The canopy, the back door's locked. I've never been scared before ever. I don't think he knows that there's anyone in here. I'm so scared right now. I wish I brought my gun back here. He keeps walking around. I don't get it. I'm like, how is he not have noticed? Doesn't make.
Now, who on earth would be roaming around in the middle of a forest at that hour? And it wasn't just a single knock. The knocking kept going, echoing through the silence. He could even hear footsteps circling the vehicle, like someone was pacing around, refusing to leave.
Through the door right now. I've never been this scared ever. So, the current time is 2:30 in the morning right now. He's still walking around my truck. I'm gonna try to see if I can flash my light to get him.
Cut to the next morning, and things get even stranger. The footage shows handprints all over the truck, and it looks like someone has been trying to peek inside. Not only that, but there's a finger trail dragging along the side of the truck as someone slowly traced their finger down it.
He was trying to peek in my truck quite a bit with all these marks. I didn't even notice until I got home. Handprints there, a lot of scratches, stuff like that. Dragging his finger on my side of my truck.
And here's the weirdest part. Whoever did this had no flashlight, no torch, nothing. They were doing all of this in total darkness. So, was it someone messing around, or something else entirely? Whatever it was, It left viewers seriously creeped out. Meta Addison had been hearing these creepy stories about the Umatilla Reservation in the Pacific Northwest. Curiosity got the best of her, so she and her friends decided to check it out and see if there was any truth to the rumors. As they walked through the forest, everything seemed normal.
These guys are braver than me.
Suddenly, they started hearing these strange, eerie laughs echoing from deep within the trees. The laughter would start, then stop, and then start up again.
Oh no, it's right over there. No!
Now you might think, oh, it's just a hyena or some animal, right? But locals swear it's not. They say it's a sound like no other. Some think it's Bigfoot, while others believe witches are haunting these woods. Meta and her friends decided to test it out. They mimicked the laughter, hoping for a response. But the forest fell silent, completely still, as if even it was holding its breath. That was it for them. No way were they going any further. On October 3rd, 2019, a man was trekking through the forests of Ontario, Canada, out on a routine grouse hunt when something completely unexpected happened. As he moved deeper into the woods, he suddenly heard screams. Not just faint cries, but full-on, terrifying screams echoing through the trees. And these weren't just quick bursts. The screams lasted for a solid 5 minutes, filling the forest with an eerie, unshakable tension. Standing alone in the middle of nowhere, he listened, trying to process what could be making those sounds. Was it an animal? Is someone in distress? The forest offered no answers, only that haunting echo that lingered long after the sound stopped. The next one is about a man who dared to record in one of the most notorious haunted cemeteries in Mexico, which is all like a forest now. This footage, uploaded nearly 16 years ago, is considered one of the most convincing ghost sightings ever caught on camera. So, this guy, a TV reporter, went to the cemetery alone for a reality TV show. It's around 1:28 in the morning, when he starts hearing strange voices echoing through the graveyard. He zooms in to check it out, and sure enough, he spots someone. It looks like a young girl sitting by a grave, crying her heart out. But it's the middle of the night, and there's no way a little girl should be out there alone. Trying to figure out what's going on, he calls out to her. But as he does, his camera suddenly loses focus, blurring completely.
Amiga, ¿cómo te llamas? Amiga, niña.
The girl is still there, sobbing. But when the camera finally sharpens, she lifts her head and stares right at him. And what he sees is beyond terrifying. 2 glowing eyes staring into his soul and her face. That's it. The reporter doesn't wait another second. He takes off, running and shouting, hoping to shake off whatever he just saw.
¡Venga, güey! ¡Venga, güey! ¡Por favor!
To this day, people go back to that footage, watching it over and over to relive the fear and mystery. Paranormal experts who have studied the clip say it's one of the most compelling pieces of ghost evidence ever recorded. This one has been sending chills down people's spines ever since. So, a UK driver cruised down a quiet road just after 5 in the morning on October 28, 2022. It was dark, there was barely any light around, and the road was empty, or so it seemed. Then, as the car approaches, there it is, a figure just standing right in the middle of the road. You have to look closely, but you can see it. No reaction at all. The car is coming straight at it, headlights on full beam, and this figure doesn't flinch, doesn't even move an inch. It's like it's not even there. Or maybe it's something else entirely. Who in their right mind would be just standing in the middle of a dark road at 5 in the morning with zero reaction to an oncoming car? Some people say that these figures are the spirits of people who died in road accidents, haunting the roads they once traveled, forever stuck in that moment. Whatever it was, no one's been able to figure it out. Let's embark on today's journey with a legend that refuses to die, the Bigfoot. Deep within a dense forest, our subject is surrounded by thick vegetation. A constant knocking sound echoes through the trees. He mentions that some birds in the area can make such noises, but curiosity drives him to investigate. About 150 feet away, he spots something extraordinary, a figure that can only be described as a Sasquatch or Bigfoot. Remaining remarkably calm, he continues recording, capturing every detail. The creature, seemingly oblivious to his presence, carries on with its activity. After some time, it rises and moves away, never having noticed the observer. Intrigued, the man approaches the spot where it was sitting. He finds a log still warm to the touch and stones used to crush nuts. Apples, some half-eaten, are scattered around. This sighting adds another chapter to the enduring legend of Bigfoot. Stories of this elusive giant have circulated for centuries, with tales of large ape-like creatures roaming the forests of North America. Skeptics dismiss them as folklore or misidentifications, while believers point to sightings and physical evidence, like footprints and nests. This encounter reminds us of the mysteries our world still holds. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the possibility of such creatures lurking in the wild sparks our imagination and curiosity. What else might be out there, hidden in the depths of the forest, waiting to be discovered? Keep your eyes open and your camera ready. You never know when you might stumble upon the unknown. You're out in the wilderness, hiking or camping. What are you looking for? Peace, quiet, some time alone with your thoughts, right? The serenity of nature. Well, this hiker got anything but that.
Whoa! Go! Go away!
Imagine this. You're enjoying the scenery, minding your own business, and bam! You're being stalked by a massive black bear. Talk about a reality check. Nature has a funny way of reminding us who's really in charge out here. This is the kind of stuff nightmares are made of. Our man here, though, he's a legend. Nerves of steel, I tell you. He's not panicking. He's not turning his back on the bear. He's keeping his eyes locked on it, backing away slowly, armed with a big stick, just in case. The bear keeps coming. he keeps shouting.
Go! Get!
And then, clip cuts off. Talk about a cliffhanger. We're left wondering, did he make it? I sure hope so. But this isn't just about a close call with a bear. There's a much bigger lesson here. Lesson 1. This is what happens when we mess with wild spaces. Bears and other animals need their territory. They're not the intruders. We are. We've got to learn to coexist and show some respect for the wild. Lesson 2. This guy is my new hero. Seriously, how many of us would freaked out and run? Which, by the way, is the worst thing you can do in this situation. He stayed calm and collected, and that probably saved his life. It reminds me of that famous quote from Will Smith's character in After Earth. Fear is not real. It is a product of thoughts you create. Do not misunderstand me. Danger is very real. But fear is a choice. Have you ever wondered what goes bump in the night? Well, this clip might just give you chills. Here we have an ordinary commercial facility. A factory or warehouse, perhaps. Nothing seems amiss. But then, the security camera captures something unusual. A white, smoky figure emerges from a distant door. It moves casually for a few moments, then simply disappears. The owner has no idea what it is, as the facility was supposed to be empty. So, what was that? A spectral visitor? An interdimensional traveler? Could it pose a threat? What are its intentions? It's unsettling to ponder what other unseen phenomena might exist around us. Even more chilling, what happens when we're not watching? Or worse, when we're asleep? Could there be more of these entities slipping in and out of our reality? This clip leaves us with a lingering question. What else lurks in the shadows, just beyond our perception? Prepare to be amazed by one of nature's quirkiest wonders. Look at this parking lot. The ground's still wet from a recent rain shower, and now the sun's shining bright. But then, something extraordinary is happening. A mini tornado extending all the way up to the clouds. What's truly fascinating is that this little tornado doesn't wreak havoc or dance around causing destruction. No, it hovers over one particular car, almost like it's mesmerized by it. It doesn't move. It doesn't cause any harm. It just stays put, swirling gently above that single vehicle. Nature never ceases to amaze, does it? It can be beautiful and captivating, like this mini tornado. But it can also be dangerous and unpredictable. So next time you see a storm brewing or a peculiar weather phenomenon, remember to respect the raw power of nature. You never know when it might decide to show you its darker side. We were just pondering nature's darker side, and our next clip offers a stark glimpse of it. This time, lapse video captures the raw fury of a heavy downpour on the outskirts of a city, a visceral reminder of the brutal force nature can unleash. Observe how vehicles scurry along the road beneath a sky laden with dark, ominous clouds. Then, the rain descends, transforming the scene into a deluge of what appears to be heavy, white chunks of cloud plummeting from above. It's an awe-inspiring spectacle, engulfing everything in its path. This video serves as a humbling reminder of our place in the world. As humans, we often take our existence for granted, but moments like these jolt us back to reality. Nature's creations are both magnificent and powerful, a fact we cannot deny. It's also a matter of perspective, isn't it? Watching this from the safety of our screens, we can admire the storm's grandeur, but imagine being caught in that relentless downpour. The sheer force and intensity would be anything but magnificent. It would be utterly overwhelming and terrifying. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Imagine checking your home's security footage and finding something truly bizarre. That's exactly what happened here. A security camera at the front door of a house captured this strange flickering light. It's almost like a flame, but it seems to be burning on, or attached to something unseen, hovering in the air. Its shape is constantly changing, like sentient green goo from the movie Flubber. But this is bright white, like a burning flame. It moves fluidly, morphing at random. So what could it be? Trick of the light? Some kind of electrical interference? Or could it be something more mysterious? An unexplained natural phenomenon, or even a paranormal entity? Security cameras can be somewhat scary when you think about what they might capture. Is ignorance truly bliss? Sometimes not knowing makes us feel safer. But here's the real question. Would you rather know and be scared, or remain in the dark and feel safe? So next time you check your security footage, remember, you might see more than you bargained for. On this channel, we often contemplate the impact of human interference in the wild. More often than not, we advocate for a hands-off approach. But here's a clip that challenges that notion, showcasing a scenario where intervention might be justified. We see two deer locked in a desperate struggle, their antlers hopelessly entangled. If they can't break free, they both face a grim fate. Enter our man, possibly a law enforcement officer, wildlife official, or hunter. He approaches with his firearm, but his intention isn't what you might expect. He doesn't rush in, he waits for the opportune moment. From mere feet away, he takes a shot. His aim is impeccable, striking only the antlers and not the deer themselves. An incredible feat, given the deer's frantic movements. With the shot, one antler shatters, liberating the deer. They instantly spring apart, bolting in opposite directions, their newfound freedom, a testament to the man's extraordinary skill and courage. This moment underscores the delicate balance of nature. Sometimes intervention is necessary to preserve life. Witnessing this, we can't help but marvel at the precision and bravery required to execute that shot. The man not only saved the deer, but also demonstrated a profound respect for wildlife. Nature can be both cruel and magnificent, and occasionally it requires a helping hand to restore equilibrium. Ever seen a heist go down in a grocery store? Well, here's a tale that's more amusing than alarming. In a cozy neighborhood market, a woman completes her shopping. Her items are weighed and bagged, and she leaves cash on the scale for the cashier. However, the cashier becomes momentarily distracted, leaving the money unattended. Enter our unexpected thief, a small bird. It flies in and perches right on the weigh scale. The shopper, clearly amused, reaches out to pet the little visitor, but just then the bird snatches the cash and flies away. Everyone's amused, and the cashier rushes to retrieve the stolen note. Meanwhile, the shopper collects her belongings and departs, waving goodbye to the cashier. Whether the cashier managed to recover the money remains a mystery. But one thing is certain, that bird was an endearing little bandit. Who would thought a bird could pull off such a heist? Sometimes the most unexpected things can bring a smile to our faces. So next time you're at the store, keep an eye out. You never know when a feathered thief might swoop in. Visiting the zoo is usually a calm and educational experience, but sometimes nature reminds us just how unpredictable it can be. It's the San Diego Zoo. Visitors chatting and watching a gorilla sitting peacefully in the sun. Everything seems perfectly ordinary, right? Then, out of nowhere, another gorilla rushes aggressively from behind the trees, charging straight at the glass. The sitting gorilla notices the impending chaos and runs towards the glass, almost as if trying to intercept the aggressor. But it's too late. With a powerful slam, the aggressive gorilla hits the glass, and we hear a loud thud. People panic and shout. The camera view is obstructed by the crowd, and then we see it, shattered glass, chilling reminder of the gorilla's strength. Behind the broken barrier, a gorilla walks casually. This incident is a stark reminder that animals, even in captivity, are wild and unpredictable. Zoos offer us a glimpse into their world, but it's essential to remember that these creatures belong in the wild. Their natural behaviors and immense strength can surprise and even endanger us. Ever ventured on a family outing that took an unexpected turn? These youngsters were expecting a carefree day, but these birds had other intentions. What is that creature? It resembles an ostrich, but who can say for sure? It thrusts its elongated neck into the car, snatching food directly from the boy's grasp. The children, understandably terrified, their cries filling the air, begging their mother to escape. But their mother, she's clearly amused by this impromptu spectacle. As if one pilfering wasn't enough, the bird returns for seconds, seeking more sustenance. The boy, his snack gone, is utterly distraught, consumed by fear. It's difficult to determine whether this scene is comical or chilling. The children would undoubtedly vote for the latter, while their mother appears entertained. Animal encounters can be amusing, especially when they catch us off guard. At this rate, these birds are earning a reputation as audacious thieves on our channel. Prepare to witness something truly extraordinary.
Se habla de que las brujas se manifiestan en forma de fuego.
What is that? How is that flame hovering, tracing circles in midair? Who's controlling it? It's as if an unseen hand is twirling a fiery thread, yet there's no one there. It's almost magical. A fire with no apparent source, but a mind of its own. Is it an electrical phenomenon? Unlikely? A rare atmospheric event? Highly improbable? Could it be something more enigmatic? Perhaps even supernatural? The possibility is chilling. A ghost. A spirit. Do they manifest as fire? Regardless, the sight of this flame dancing in the void is both captivating and deeply unsettling. This clip is a stark reminder of how much remains unknown about the world around us. It's easy to feel secure in our everyday lives, but every so often, something like this surfaces and shatters our perception of reality. A tranquil suburban neighborhood engulfed in a torrential downpour. Bizarre isn't a word you typically associate with such a setting. Yet tonight, we witness something truly extraordinary. What is that light and sound? It resembles a string of firecrackers igniting, but there's a catch. It's raining heavily, making fireworks impossible. The light is an eerie greenish blue, unlike anything seen in a typical thunderstorm. And the sound, it certainly feels like thunder. Yet this is unlike any lightning we've encountered. The phenomenon sweeps from right to left, leaving us bewildered. What on earth is happening? Could this be a peculiar natural occurrence of thunder and lightning? Power lines seem unlikely, given the color and movement of the light. This clip leaves us puzzled, contemplating the mysteries of the natural world. Nature has a way of surprising us with its endless quirks and wonders. There's no clear explanation for this eerie display. Is it something entirely undocumented, or merely a rare event we haven't yet grasped? One thing's for sure, the world is full of strange and awe-inspiring sights, and this is one we won't forget anytime soon. Keep your eyes open, because you never know when you might witness the next unexplainable event. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Get ready for this, folks. This one's bizarre. Take a look at this man holding a fish, fresh from the water, and clearly not in its elements. But this isn't just any fish. It has a bizarre opening beneath its mouth, resembling a second face. With every breath, this face extends outward, as if on a neck, then retracts as the fish inhales. Obviously, it's not a real face, but rather some sort of respiratory organ. Yet it's undeniably eerie, like something straight out of a creature feature, a real-life Jaws. I wouldn't want to hold it, let alone get close. How many more strange creatures are lurking in our oceans? It makes you wonder why evolution took such a peculiar path. It's both fascinating and unsettling to witness the diversity and bizarre forms life can take. This fish could easily star in a horror film, but it's just another example of nature's endless creativity. Get ready to be amazed by one of the ocean's giants. On the beaches of Samar, Philippines, a huge sea creature has washed ashore. This massive fish floating lifeless in the water is an astonishing sight. It's over 20 feet long, truly enormous. Take a look at the people swimming around it for context. They're dwarfed by this colossal creature, clearly fascinated by the sheer size of it. They're all trying to do something, maybe pushing it back into deeper waters, but it's hard to tell. This sight is a powerful reminder of the incredible life forms that inhabit our oceans. There's so much we still don't know about what lies beneath the waves. The vastness of our oceans means there are countless mysteries waiting to be discovered. Next time you're at the beach, remember this massive fish and the wonders of the deep. Our planet's oceans are full of astonishing creatures and secrets, reminding us of the endless curiosity and respect we should have for the natural world. Just when you thought your deck was safe, the dreaded security camera strikes again, capturing something that defies explanation. It's nighttime, with a light casting an eerie glow over the deck. At one corner, behind a wall, something peeks out. We can't make out what it is, but it looks weird, definitely not any being that we know. It's almost as if it's checking to see if anyone's around. And then noticing no one is there, it bolts from one corner to another at an impossible speed. It's so fast, it's hard to believe it's an animal at all. It looks unreal, almost like it's from another world. What could it be? A creature from our deepest nightmares? An entity from another dimension? The possibilities are both terrifying and endless. This footage leaves us with more questions than answers, and a chill that's hard to shake. Here's a scene straight out of a nature documentary, and it's sure to surprise you. This frog is casually hitching a ride on top of the snake. The frog sits comfortably, as if the snake has become its personal mode of transport. Has the snake realized it's carrying a passenger? Who knows? What's truly fascinating is the relationship between these two creatures. Normally, you'd expect a predator-prey dynamic, but here they coexist in a way that's both beautiful and unexpected. Nature never ceases to amaze. It reminds us that in the wild, animals kill only for food, not out of malice. Moments like these highlight the surprising and intricate ways life forms can interact, offering us a valuable lesson to live in balance with our needs and not our greed. After seeing countless videos of the bizarre, strange, and downright terrifying, I wouldn't want to find myself in the middle of the wilderness, especially at night. But some people do, seeking solace in nature's embrace. This individual, however, stumbled upon something he could never have imagined. I bet he'll never venture into the wild again, and neither will you after seeing this. Our subject is somewhere in the forest, perched on a small wooden platform about 10 feet up. It's nighttime, and the only light source is from a phone or camera. Do you see them? Those two figures approaching. At first glance, they look like children, but something's not right. What would kids be doing in a forest at night? These beings have either gray skin, are wearing something gray, or are composed of smoke. It's hard to tell in the dim light. Also, notice the light on one creature's chest. It has something that emits or reflects light from the camera. Truly bizarre. They start throwing sticks at the person, accompanied by eerie howling sounds. It's chilling to consider what these creatures could be. They walk on 2 legs, but they're definitely not human. The fact that they threw sticks suggests aggression and intent, and a level of intelligence. Could they be alien life forms? Forest spirits? Something else entirely? There's something deeply unsettling about encountering the unknown, especially when it displays behavior we can't explain. One thing's for sure, the forest holds more mysteries than we can imagine. So the next time you venture into the woods, be mindful of your surroundings. You never know what might be lurking in the darkness, watching, waiting, and maybe even throwing sticks at you. Ever wondered what true terror looks like? Let me warn you beforehand. This video is the stuff of nightmares. This man is recording inside his house, his voice trembling with fear. He cautiously enters a room, but it's empty. Then he bends down and reveals the space beneath the bed. And there it is, a bone-chilling sight. You can see it. There's someone walking, slowly dragging one leg. But when he stands up and shows above the bed, nothing. There's no one there. He even walks around to check, but the figure has vanished. This is the kind of footage that makes your skin crawl. It's terrifying to imagine what could be lurking just out of sight, something that defies logic and reason. Is it a ghost? An apparition? A glitch? Whatever it is, it's enough to make you double-check your own home at night. The sheer eeriness of seeing legs without a body is the stuff of nightmares. This video reminds us that sometimes the scariest things are those we can't explain. So the next time you hear a strange noise or see something out of the corner of your eye, remember this video. You might just be sharing your space with something otherworldly. Alright, here's a clip that's equal parts cute and amusing. curious bear decides to climb up onto a porch. There's a warning sign about an electric mat. But obviously the bear can't read it. Instead, it sniffs the sign, curiosity piqued, and keeps going. As it steps on the electric mat, there's an instant reaction. The bear gets zapped, immediately lifts its foot, and dashes off in a hurry. The whole scene is kind of adorable in its innocence. This moment is a delightful reminder that even the wildest creatures have their curious childlike side. A boy and a girl are playing with a ball in the yard, their loyal pet dog sitting nearby. Suddenly the ball falls into a fountain. The girl runs inside, probably to get an adult, but the boy tries to retrieve the ball himself, risking a fall into the water. That's when the dog springs into action. First, it checks if it can reach the ball, but when it can't, it forcefully pulls the boy away from the fountain, ensuring his safety. Then, showing remarkable intelligence and care, the dog picks up a pool skimmer, tactfully retrieves the ball from the fountain, and brings it back to the boy. This adorable scene is a testament to the intelligence and caring nature of dogs. They're not just pets. They're protectors, problem solvers, and loyal companions. Watching this dog ensure the boy's safety and then get his ball back is truly heartwarming. So next time you see a dog, remember stories like this. They're more than just animals. They're our friends, always looking out for us with love and loyalty. Bigfoot Believers, assemble. This next clip is straight from a trail camera deep in the heart of a forest. And let me tell you, it's gonna tingle your beliefs. The footage you just watched was captured by a trail camera originally set up to monitor the fox population in the area. However, it unexpectedly recorded a large, hairy figure passing in front of it. The proximity of the figure to the camera only allows for the middle part of its body to be visible. Even from this limited perspective, it's evident that the creature possesses a tall humanoid stature, as inferred from its walking pattern, and the heavy footsteps it produces, which means it can't be a bear. With its thick body hair and humanoid gait, this entity strongly resembles the legendary Bigfoot. While we can't say for certain it's 100% Bigfoot without seeing the whole thing. But one thing's for sure, this ain't your average woodland critter. What do you think, Bigfoot or something else? Have you ever gotten that creepy feeling at night? You know, that prickle on the back of your neck, like unseen eyes are burning into your every move? We all brush it off sometimes. But what if there really was something out there?
In the bush. Look at that.
This chilling video from Florida was captured by a guy who just couldn't shake that feeling. As he was passing a bush, he heard some noise coming from within. He shone his flashlight into the bushes, convinced something was stalking him. To his surprise, a pair of eyes glinted right back. Intrigued, and maybe a little foolish, our cameraman walks right towards them. Now, here's where things get seriously weird. As he gets closer, another set of eyes appears way up high, way above the first. By the time he reaches the original eyes, it turns out to be just a wildcat, ready to pounce. Definitely a threat, but not exactly the monster we were expecting. The real mystery here, those other eyes. Their height suggests something much bigger, something truly formidable lurking in the shadows. This footage is just giving me goosebumps. Imagine throwing open your curtains on a bright morning, expecting a view of clear blue skies, but instead, you're greeted by this. This head-scratching video, captured by an apartment dweller in Denver, showcases a truly strange phenomenon. A giant black smoke ring hangs ominously in the sky, with no apparent source in sight. It adds a layer of mystery to the already curious event. Apparently, dozens of Denver residents weren't the only ones witnessing this oddity. Similar sightings have been reported from countries as far-flung as Russia and Pakistan. The ring itself resembles a puff of smoke blown into the air, slowly morphing as it floats. News outlets also scrambled to explain the spectacle, with theories ranging from extraterrestrial visitors to malfunctioning transformers, even a flock of coordinated insects. Whatever the true explanation, one thing's for sure, most of us wouldn't exactly relish being directly under that mysterious smoke ring. This next video is the kind that makes me question reality, because if it's true, I'll be haunted by lakes forever. In this footage, we see a serene lake captured from a distance. Everything seems calm until you spot something emerging from the water's surface. It resembles a head, swimming with only its top visible. As the cameraman observes, a boat passes by, seemingly unfazed by the presence of this mysterious entity. The cameraman is also left confused, unsure whether it's just a piece of floating debris or an actual creature. Despite its movement, some viewers speculate it could be the legendary Loch Ness Monster. Personally, I lean towards it being driftwood, given its consistent speed and lack of additional movement. But even with my skepticism, there's a lingering fear that if this video is even 1% real, I'll be avoiding lakes for the rest of my days. If you are a hiker, one of the worst things you can experience is encountering a bear in your path, right? Well, there's something far worse than that, as shown in this spine-chilling video. Creepy, right? This footage comes from a hiker exploring the dense, mysterious Canadian woods. As he documents his adventure, he spots a dark figure lurking behind a tree in the distance. At first, it appears to be a bear, but as the hiker zooms in, it becomes clear that this is something far more unusual. The figure has a distinctly humanoid shape, with its head and shoulders emerging from behind the tree. What's even more astonishing is its height. Comparing it to the tree, it's easily 7 to 8 feet tall. This creature perfectly matches the legendary description of Bigfoot. But the real question is, why is it stalking the hiker? Could this be a rare encounter with the elusive Sasquatch? Or is there something more sinister at play in these shadowy woods? If you're traveling through a forest road in a truck, you'd probably think you're safe, right? Watch this video and think again.
Caught on camera, a brown bear versus a truck. This is video out of Japan. The truck driving down an unpaved road when suddenly the bear runs in the path and takes several swipes at it.
This intense footage, captured by a dash camera on a truck traveling through a Japanese forest, showcases a truly hair-raising encounter. The video begins with the truck cruising along an eerily empty forest road. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a bear comes charging towards the truck, seemingly agitated or perceiving the vehicle as a threat. The brown bear barrels directly at the truck with astonishing force, causing the windshield wiper to snap off dramatically. The collision is so fierce that the driver instinctively speeds up, trying to escape the relentless attack. Thankfully, despite the bear's ferocious onslaught, no one was injured. This clip vividly demonstrates the raw power of these wild creatures and serves as a stark reminder of why they are called wild in the first place. Spending time outdoors with friends can be carefree and relaxing. But what happens when a carefree day takes a chilling turn?
What was that?
I don't know what that was. Just keep playing. Alright, there's something out there. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is that?
This eerie video was recorded by a group of friends playing hooky in their neighborhood. Everything was calm and the game was going great when suddenly a loud scream echoed from the forest. This scream was deep and growly. Almost human, but with a menacing edge, like someone on some pretty harsh drugs. Startled, the boys paused but decided to keep playing, assuming it was just an animal. Moments later, they heard rustling in the forest. When they panned the camera towards the woods, they spotted a tall, humanoid figure strolling through the trees. This figure was covered in thick black fur and walked with an eerily human-like posture. Seeing this, the group was scared and bewildered. Let's face it, mama bears get a bad rap for protectiveness. But have you ever seen a mama moose in action? Yikes. This video had me glued to my screen. It's from Canada, and let me tell you, this cyclist got a real close encounter with nature's fury. A mama moose feeling threatened by his presence. The cyclist is just cruising along the path, minding his own business, when this massive moose on the side of the road decides he's a danger to her calves. Talk about a sudden adrenaline rush. The moose charges at him full speed, and the cyclist, understandably terrified, bails off his bike and dives for the side. Thankfully, the moose skids to a halt when the cyclist goes down. Just to be safe, a rescue car pulls up and parks between them. But Mama Moose is still fuming. This was a seriously close call. Dropping down might have just saved that cyclist's bacon. Or should I say, antlers. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Do you believe in paranormal possessions? Personally, I'm a bit skeptical about those, but videos like this still circulate on the internet and make you wonder. That girl was bugging out. This video comes from South America and shows a lady acting really strange. In the video, recorded at a cemetery, we see a group of men helping a lady down from a tree. The weird thing is that she seems frozen in time. Her body is completely stiff, and as they bring her down, she suddenly realizes she's frozen. As soon as she becomes aware, she jumps up into the air, and her body stiffens again. This happens multiple times until the men with her tie her with a strap, and then the video ends. What was this lady on? To me, it looks more like some seriously strong drugs. There are these crazy things out there that can mess with your mind and body, turning you into a real-life zombie. Who knows for sure? One thing's for certain, that video is seriously unsettling. Nature throws some real curveballs our way sometimes. Just when you think you've seen it all, something like this pops up that defies explanation. This isn't some special effect from a science fiction movie. It's a real animal, recently discovered by fishermen. Take a close look at this bizarre critter. It's got the body of a slug, but with what appears to be a coat of spiky hairs. This strange texture might even be how it gets around, like a fuzzy little slug centipede. It's hard to tell from the video, but there doesn't seem to be a visible face or mouth. Maybe it's tucked away underneath, like some sea creatures with hidden undersides. And to top it all off, there's a plump tail at the back. The craziest part. After scouring the internet, I couldn't find anything that even remotely resembles this little oddball. If anyone out there has a clue what this mystery mollusk might be, share your knowledge in the comments below. Let's crack the code of this curious creature together. We've all done things we probably shouldn't have, right? But this next video takes stupid decisions to a whole new level.
You smell those flowers?
Smells like an old person's house.
It's freaking crazy. I don't even know. Dude, did you see that?
What the fuck? Dude, did you see it? I saw that. I saw that.
What was that?
Oh my god. Dude, that tissue tripped me up.
Dude,
oh my god. No, man. Let's get out of here. I'm tired of it. What the f, man?
Nothing,
oh my god.
nothing. Turn around. Other way, other way. Let's get the f out of here. Juicy.
Holy shit.
Whoa,
Whoa, what the fuck?
That?
What the fuck? Get the f out of here. Go! Oh my god!
In this video, a group of friends break into a haunted funeral home. And boy, do they regret it. As the video begins, the guys explain that they're entering the funeral home due to reports of paranormal activity. As they arrive, they hop out of their car and forcibly enter the building. Inside, it's dim and quiet. They cautiously explore the rooms, but as they enter one particularly eerie hall, the atmosphere becomes even more unsettling. The temperature drops. And suddenly, a tissue on a lamp table flies into the air. Startled and scared, they're on edge. Then, a chair topples over on its own, sending them into further panic. Their fear reaches its peak when they spot a mysterious figure. Terrified, they flee to the basement, only to encounter another figure peeking out from behind caskets. With that, they bolt, screaming for their lives. Who in their right mind would explore an abandoned, haunted funeral home at night like this? It's beyond comprehension. This next clip shows a grizzly bear playing catch with a cyclist. And trust me, it was a pretty scary bluff by the mighty bear.
No, no, no! Holy shit.
This video captures a heart-pounding encounter between a cyclist and a grizzly bear. The cyclist is cruising down a scenic country road, enjoying the peacefulness, when they spot a bear casually munching on something by the roadside. In a moment of misjudgment, the cyclist gets a little too close for comfort. The grizzly, startled by the sudden intrusion, explodes into a charge. Terrified, the cyclist begins to scream, but the bear is just bluffing and stops the charge midway. The cyclist realizes that it was just a bluff charge. And luckily, the bear wasn't in the mood for a full-on confrontation. It halts the charge halfway through because in such a desolate area, if the bear had decided to attack, it would have been game over for the cyclist. We've all seen ghost videos from cemeteries, abandoned buildings, but have you ever seen a ghost from the woodlands?
Where's it gone? There was something there.
The clip follows a man venturing into his wooded area after dark, with nothing but a flashlight to pierce the darkness. As he navigates the dense foliage, a weird sight catches his eye. A tall, humanoid figure shrouded entirely in white. The figure crosses the man's path with an unsettling purposefulness before disappearing back into the shadows. The video has gone viral, sparking online debates about the nature of the encounter. While some viewers are convinced it's a ghostly apparition, others offer more down-to-earth explanations. The figure's behavior could be attributed to someone wandering the woods at night, potentially even under the influence of drugs or disoriented. However, the lack of detail and the grainy footage make it impossible to definitively identify the figure. This ambiguity fuels the mystery, leaving viewers to draw their own conclusions. If you're in law enforcement, you might feel pretty secure with your skills and equipment to handle criminals. But what about bees? This video from Los Angeles depicts a brutal bee attack on a police officer. Initially unaware of the swarm, the officer is suddenly engulfed by a furious onslaught of bees. Even as the police car behind him tries to warn him via loudspeaker, it's already too late. The officer, stung multiple times on the head, desperately tries to seek refuge in the police car. But the driver rightly fears getting caught in the attack. Left to fend for himself, the officer runs from the relentless bees, ultimately falling face first to the ground multiple times in his desperate bid to escape. It's a heart-wrenching and truly frightening sight to witness this veteran officer endure such agony. After what must have felt like an eternity, rescue finally arrives to assist the beleaguered officer. This harrowing encounter serves as a stark reminder of the ferocity of bee attacks. When faced with such a threat, the only refuge is to seek shelter in enclosed spaces. They say Baphomet, also known as Satan, is just a myth, a figment of our darkest imaginations. But what if? A man was driving home after a long day at work, passing by a desolate forest road he knew well. One fateful day, as he navigated the lonely route, his dash camera captured something utterly bizarre. In the footage, a weird creature crosses the road, initially appearing quite humanoid. As the car inches closer, the camera captures the creature sitting down, revealing its distinct facial features. Resembling none other than Baphomet. With two long horns and a humanoid body, it's an uncanny resemblance to the iconic figure of Satan himself. Those who witnessed the video couldn't help but agree. However, the footage was somewhat blurry, leaving room for interpretation. Nevertheless, the figure bore an undeniable likeness to the infernal deity. But why would Satan be strolling along a forest road on foot? Perhaps he simply needed a ride. After all, even the Lord of Darkness might occasionally find himself in need of assistance. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. This next chilling video from 2020 shows a homeowner gripped by terror as he spots something lurking outside his window.
What the f is that? What the f is that? Keep poking his head out back and forth though. What the f?
Recorded by the homeowner when he heard eerie scratching noises emanating from outside his bedroom window. This footage captures a truly spine-tingling moment. Peering through the glass, the homeowner explains his shock at witnessing a mysterious creature pacing back and forth among the trees. As he narrates, the creature suddenly reappears, its eyes glowing fiercely in the darkness, accompanied by unsettling growls that send shivers down the spine. Staring directly at the window with a haunting intensity, the creature's eyes reveal an emptiness that chills to the bone. Adding to the horror is the realization that the eyes are positioned at a considerable height, suggesting a massive presence looming in the shadows. While the homeowner identifies the creature as a rake, the video only captures its glowing eyes, leaving the true identity shrouded in uncertainty. We've all heard the stereotype. Animals are mindless beasts, incapable of taking instruction. But a video straight out of the Philippines is here to shatter that myth into a million horsey hoofprints. Forget valet parking for your car. This video showcases a horse flawlessly following its owner's instructions for the perfect parking job. In the footage, we witness a horse tethered to a cart loaded with various items. Meanwhile, the cart owner stands by the truck, ready to load the cargo. As the horse approaches the truck, it initially veers off course in its attempt to park the cart near the loading point. However, the owner calmly instructs the horse, calling out to it to correct its position. Surprisingly, the horse attentively listens and makes another attempt, this time flawlessly positioning the cart right in front of the loading point of the truck. This is a masterclass in understanding between humans and animals. You can practically feel the owner's pride in their incredibly helpful companion. After seeing this video, let's just say my urge to own a horse as awesome as this one is reaching epic proportions. You ever stare at those fancy glass enclosures at the zoo and wonder if they're really strong enough for the animals? Well, this next clip will definitely make you think twice.
Oh man!
Yes, you saw that correctly. There was indeed a crack in the glass. This footage comes from a zoo where tourists were observing a couple of gorillas in their glass enclosure. The only thing separating the tourists from the gorillas was a pane of glass. As visitors snapped pictures, one of the gorillas grew irritated and charged towards the glass barrier. Now, you might think, no big deal, it'll stop before hitting the glass. Right? Wrong. This enraged gorilla didn't just stop. It launched itself straight into the glass with incredible force, causing it to crack under the pressure. Witnessing the glass fracture like that, the terrified tourists wasted no time in fleeing the scene, and the video abruptly ends. It's truly spine-chilling to see the glass crack under the immense power of the gorilla. Just imagine if both gorillas had attempted this simultaneously. The glass could have easily shattered, leaving the tourists at the mercy of gorilla madness. In 2014, a YouTuber named Magnus embarked on an exploration of an abandoned house in Norway, uncovering something truly unsettling in the attic. In the video, we witness the explorer navigating the dark corridors of the abandoned house, armed only with a flashlight and his camera. As he ventures deeper, his lens captures the eerie presence of an attic. With cautious steps, he ascends the creaky attic stairs, the darkness enveloping him as he climbs higher. Upon reaching the attic, he swiftly pans the camera around, revealing a glimpse of something that sends a chill down his spine. With a scream of terror, he flees, and the video abruptly ends. Upon closer inspection of the footage, we catch sight of a humanoid face with long hair and a beard, its features twisted into an expression of malevolence. Despite its humanoid appearance, there's an unmistakable air of evil and ghostly aura emanating from the face, particularly in its soulless, piercing gaze directed straight at the camera. It's a chilling reminder of the dangers lurking in forgotten places. Perhaps disturbing whatever slept in that attic was indeed a grave mistake on the explorer's part. If you're out for a nighttime stroll, and hear what sounds like a distressed dog barking from the woods, don't let curiosity get the better of you. I repeat, don't investigate. Once again, what you just heard wasn't a dog. This unsettling video hails from North Carolina, where a brave, or perhaps we should say foolish, individual ventured into the woods to trace a bizarre sound resembling a distressed canine. Following the eerie noise, he soon sensed something amiss, a feeling akin to being watched by unseen eyes. Suddenly, the unsettling sounds took on a more sinister and chilling tone, sending shivers down his spine. Overwhelmed by a sense of dread, the man wisely chose to flee the scene. The unnerving nature of the sound, coupled with the eerie atmosphere, proved too much to bear. As speculation mounts among viewers, some suggest the possibility of a skinwalker, a malevolent entity from folklore known to assume the guise of animals to lure unsuspecting prey. It's theorized that this particular skinwalker, masquerading as a dog, made a slight misstep in mimicking its voice. Looks like someone needs more practice at shape-shifting, Mr. Skinwalker. Nature is a sneaky trickster, isn't it? It gives all sorts of creatures amazing disguises to hide from hungry predators. But sometimes nature just goes way overboard with the costume.
Daddy, where's it small? Daddy, where's the small dinosaur?
No. See, it's moving, it will move.
Have you ever seen anything quite like this? This video, taken by a curious father and son duo, captures a seriously strange critter ambling across a path. At first glance, it looks like some kind of bizarre miniature dinosaur with bony bits. But take a closer look. Those aren't bones. They're actually dried leaves clinging to its body, even on its arms. And the way it walks, with those leafy arms held up front. It's almost comical, but strangely fascinating at the same time. So what is this otherworldly creature? Believe it or not, it's actually a well-known insect called the dead leaf praying mantis. Those folded arms you see, they're not praying, although the name suggests it. They're actually perfectly positioned for snatching unsuspecting prey. And that leaf-like body, that's pure camouflage genius, allowing the mantis to blend seamlessly into its surroundings. It's a master of disguise, and pretty darn cool to see in action. Chimpanzees are wild and funny, but have you ever seen them erupt into a full-on tap dance battle with themselves? This incredible video comes straight from Africa, and it captures something truly bizarre: how chimps react to their own reflections caught on a trail camera. From the very beginning, it's clear these chimps aren't happy campers. They launch into a series of what can only be described as intimidation dances directed right at their reflections. It's like they've stumbled upon a rival in their own territory and are determined to prove their dominance. The chimps use their whole bodies in this bizarre display. They jump up and down, pounding the ground with their fists in a rhythmic thump that says, "Hey, reflection chimp, mess with me if you dare." Throughout the 2-minute clip, we see a whole cast of characters join the show, each with their own unique intimidation routine. One particularly feisty chimp even grabs a branch and swings it around like a club, leaving no doubt about who's boss. It's fascinating to watch, but let's be honest, a little bit scary too. Seeing these powerful creatures get so aggressive is a real eye-opener into the world of chimp politics. But hey, at least they're getting some exercise, right? Imagine you're relaxing on a pristine beach, soaking up the sun and the sound of the waves. Suddenly, a creature straight out of a Jurassic Park nightmare bursts out of the trees and heads straight for you.
Oh my god, Dan, what do I do? Do I stop? Help me.
Our beachgoer, camera in hand, was initially filming a bird perched in the distance. But things took a turn when the cassowary spotted her. This giant flightless bird with a curious streak started lumbering towards her. As it got closer, she realized it was a cassowary, a creature known for its powerful legs and potentially aggressive nature. With the cassowary getting uncomfortably close and trying to snap at her camera, panic set in. She yelled for her boyfriend, who was scrambling to figure out how to distract the giant bird. Luckily, despite the initial scare, the cassowary didn't seem truly aggressive. It was probably just fascinated by the camera. Thankfully, the encounter ended without anyone getting hurt. This close call with a prehistoric-looking bird is definitely a story this beachgoer won't forget. And hey, at least she got some incredible and slightly terrifying footage out of it. Spotting something your mind can't make sense of is undeniably eerie, but being stalked by an unknown entity takes fear to a whole new level.
It's staring at me. It followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I think I don't know what to do.
Terrifying, isn't it? A homeowner returning from a convenience store sensed an ominous presence, as if someone or something was watching him. Trusting his instincts, he aimed his flashlight towards the nearby woods and began recording. To his horror, he discovered 2 eyes glaring back at him from the darkness. These eyes, positioned at an unnervingly high level, bore into the camera with an intensity that sent chills down his spine. Confounded by the identity of this mysterious stalker, the homeowner shared the video online, sparking a flurry of speculation among viewers. Some suggested it might be a nightcrawler. Others proposed it could be a Bigfoot. But what truly terrifying was the possibility that it could be a rake. What are your thoughts on this chilling encounter? Hunters were out on their usual hunting trip in the African forest when they stumbled upon a truly bizarre creature that defies description. This isn't a scene from a fantasy movie. It's real footage captured by our African hunters. The creature before us was found by the hunters, and it is utterly strange and unsettling. It got a human-like face atop the body of a small koala, covered in hair. It's a sight that just doesn't seem right. In the video, the hybrid creature appears to be resting, perhaps even lifeless at first glance. But upon closer inspection, you can see subtle movements suggesting it's just asleep. Personally, anything with even a hint of human features sends shivers down my spine. Attention all Bigfoot enthusiasts, prepare to bolster your evidence and convince the skeptics that this legendary creature is indeed real. At first glance, it resembles a gorilla or an ape, but given that this was recorded in the Acadian forest of Canada, I'm sure that's not the case. This creature stands tall and possesses a humanoid posture, moving through the bushes in a distinctly human-like manner. The video was taken from a hidden spot, unbeknownst to the creature. However, a sudden noise from the hiker alerted the humanoid figure. Causing it to become agitated. In a chilling display, the creature began growling in a deeply unsettling voice, prompting the hiker to flee in fear. This creature perfectly fits the description of what many refer to as Bigfoot, adding yet another intriguing piece to the puzzle of its existence. Do you think this video? Now we've got a clip straight from a remote African village, and let me tell you, it's downright unsettling. What you just witnessed isn't some extraterrestrial being dropped off by an alien ship. It's a Percussion mutant. This mutated pig's appearance is quite eerie, with a dog-like lower body and a humanoid head. The mutation has twisted its facial features, giving it a human-like nose, tongue, and eyes. It's especially unnerving to see its mouth hanging open with the tongue sticking out. At first glance, we might have all mistaken it for an alien, but it's actually a baby pig, unfortunately born with disabilities and mutations. Creatures like this mutant often have short lives, as their abnormalities make it difficult for them to survive. Even though this creature seems straight out of a nightmare, I hope it found ease of life after this video was taken, and that local authorities provided the care it needed. Throughout history, mirrors have been gateways to other realms, portals to the unknown, and this video shows you why.
Look at this fucking handprint. This thing is like twice as big as my hand, and it's all spindly.
In this bone-chilling footage, a homeowner proudly shows off his newly installed mirror, but his excitement quickly turns to terror when his mother points out something unsettling.
Last night, my mom just had these mirrors cleaned. The cleaners were just in here. And she woke up and she's like, "Did you do this on my mirror?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
As he inspects the mirror, he's greeted by a startling discovery: 2 ominous handprints adorning its surface. Now you might be thinking, handprints. That's nothing out of the ordinary. But these handprints are anything but normal. They're colossal, dwarfing the homeowner's own hand by a significant margin. These are twice the size of an average human hand, seemingly imprinted onto the mirror overnight. The implications of this spine-chilling revelation are enough to make even the bravest souls tremble with fear. Is there an intruder lurking in the shadows, silently observing from the confines of the bedroom? Or could these ghostly handprints be a harbinger of something far more sinister? Whatever the truth may be, one thing's for certain: this unsettling encounter will linger in your thoughts long after the lights go out. The odds of being struck by a meteorite are astronomically low, but never zero, at least not for this unsuspecting woman. This photo you see here was taken in 1954, and it captures the aftermath of a truly bizarre event. The lady in the photo is Ann Hodges, and that mark on her stomach isn't a surgical scar. It's a cosmic souvenir. A softball-sized meteorite, hurtling through the atmosphere, pierced the roof of her Alabama home and struck her while she napped peacefully. Talk about an unwelcome house guest. While Anne undoubtedly holds the dubious distinction of being the only documented human ever hit by a meteorite, she was fortunate in her misfortune. The space rock merely grazed her side, leaving a bruise but thankfully not causing more serious injury. This incredible incident serves as a stark reminder that the dangers lurking above can be far stranger than fiction. Who needs a stroller when you've got built-in transportation? This next clip shows you how it's done.
Good morning.
This hiker stumbled upon a sight that might make you do a double take. See that opossum casually strolling down the road. Take a closer look. Those bumps on her back aren't just fur. They're a dozen or so tiny hitchhikers. This resourceful opossum mom is transporting her entire brood on her back, a truly impressive feat for these fascinating marsupials. The hiker, understandably charmed by the sight, offers a friendly good morning, and the mama opossum, along with her entire crew, turns and gives him a little look back. It's a heartwarming moment that showcases the incredible bond between a mother and her young. But don't let the cuteness fool you. Despite her current load, this opossum mama is a fierce protector. If a predator dared to approach, she'd put up one heck of a fight. This clip offers a glimpse into the remarkable world of opossums and their remarkable parenting. Disaster can strike when you least expect it, as this harrowing footage captured by a traffic camera demonstrates. Can you believe it? That car took a nosedive straight into the ground. In the clip, we witness a dump truck innocently cruising along, but as it passes a certain spot, the road gives way, creating a massive sinkhole in its wake. While one car manages to swerve around the impending disaster, fate takes a cruel turn for the vehicle trailing behind. It plunges headfirst into the gaping chasm, leaving us all in shock. Thankfully, the driver of the first car saw it and stopped to offer assistance, but the video leaves us on edge, wondering about the aftermath. Now, you might be wondering, what caused this nightmare scenario? Well, sinkholes like this one often form due to the relentless erosion caused by acidic rainwater, gradually weakening the bedrock beneath the surface. When you add the hefty weight of a dump truck rolling over, it's a recipe for disaster waiting to happen. So, next time, take it slow, stay vigilant, and always double check your surroundings. After all, you never know when luck might decide to take a detour. Struggling to decide between a cat or a dog? This video might just tip the scales in favor of our furry friends. In the video, we see a man enjoying a peaceful fishing trip with his loyal dog by his side. But then, nature calls, and the man heads off to the restroom, leaving the dog patiently waiting with the fishing rod. Suddenly, the rod dips. A fish has taken the bait. The dog, ever the alert companion, tries to alert his owner, but with no luck. Unfazed, this clever canine takes matters into its own paws. Using its teeth, the dog carefully grabs the fishing rod and pulls in the fish all by itself. By the time the man returns, the dog proudly presents its impressive catch. The man, a mix of surprise and amusement, can't help but be impressed by his resourceful pup. Honestly, this video makes me want to pack my fishing rod and head to the nearest lake, with my furry friend by my side, of course. We've all seen the documentaries. The majestic eagle swooping down on a hapless rabbit, the cunning spider weaving a deadly web. It's the law of the jungle, the circle of life playing out in its most raw and primal form. But what happens when predator becomes the prey? This shocking footage, captured by a wildlife photographer, unveils a harrowing scene of predator turned prey. Nestled within the tranquility of its home, a baby bird finds itself under siege by an unexpected assailant, a relentless locust. In a heart-wrenching struggle, the helpless bird cries out for aid, but its calls fall on deaf ears. With no savior in sight, the locust seizes its opportunity, launching a relentless assault on the defenseless chick. The scene unfolds in agonizing detail as the locust mercilessly devours its prey, leaving the baby bird to suffer in agony. It's a tough watch, and it leaves us grappling with questions. Despite the brutality, there's a poignant lesson here. Nature operates by its own rules, where the circle of life can be unforgiving and unpredictable. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Imagine stepping outside one morning to find the sky painted a chilling shade of red, like something out of an apocalyptic nightmare. That's precisely what unfolded in this jaw-dropping video. Straight out of a Hollywood doomsday movie, this footage from China captures a scene that's as surreal as it is terrifying. Locals are in a frenzy as they witness the heavens draped in a unique, blood-red hue. It's as if the entire sky has been dipped in crimson paint, sending shockwaves of panic through the community. But what could possibly turn the sky such a ghastly shade? According to reports, it's a bizarre combination of atmospheric moisture and the crimson lights emitted by fishing boats. Yes, you heard that right, fishing boats, inadvertently casting an eerie glow that blankets the entire city in an otherworldly hue. Let's hope those unwitting fishermen adjust their lights before they unwittingly trigger another panic-inducing spectacle. Ever heard of a born hustler? This video, captured by a bird nest camera, shows us exactly what that means in the animal kingdom. In this video, we see a tiny cuckoo chick, fresh from hatching, nestled in a nest full of other eggs. But instead of playing nice with its soon-to-be siblings, this little feathered Houdini does something shocking. One by one, it uses its back to push the other eggs right out of the nest, plop into the water below. How's that for ruthless efficiency? It turns out, cuckoo chicks are nature's ultimate nest parasites. They've evolved with an incredible instinct. As soon as they hatch, they know to get rid of the competition. They're programmed to push out the other eggs or even hatchlings, ensuring they get all the food from their unwitting foster parents. Imagine a human baby doing that in a nursery. Thankfully, that's just for the birds, pun intended. The internet thrives on the strange and unexplained, and this video circulating on Reddit is a prime example. It's enough to make you double-check your locks before bed. Forget the shaky, over-dramatized footage you see in ghost movies. This video claims to be the real deal, captured by a home security camera in India. It shows a seemingly ordinary street with something really terrifying roaming in it. It is a tall, shadowy form, gliding eerily just above the ground. It moves with an unsettling grace, its form shifting and seeming to fade into the darkness before vanishing completely. The lack of detail due to the darkness only adds to the unsettling ambience. This video has gone viral, igniting a firestorm of debate. Some viewers are convinced it's undeniable proof of the paranormal, while others remain skeptical. Is this a genuine encounter with the unknown captured on camera, or something more down-to-earth cleverly manipulated? We won't tell you what to believe. Forget dropping your phone in the toilet. This videographer accidentally left his GoPro as an offering to the park gods, or should we say, park squirrels? In this captivating video, captured by a GoPro left unattended in a park, we're treated to a glimpse of nature's mischievous side. A curious squirrel approaches the camera, its inquisitive nature piqued by the unfamiliar object. With a swift movement, it snatches the GoPro in its tiny jaws and scurries away, leaving the videographer in disbelief. As the footage continues, we're treated to a squirrel's eye view of the world as it ascends the towering heights of a nearby tree. It's a mesmerizing sight, watching those nimble feet effortlessly navigate the branches. At the summit, the squirrel takes a moment to thoroughly inspect its newfound treasure. Meanwhile, the owner anxiously awaits below, hoping for the safe return of their camera. After a brief examination, the squirrel decides it's had its fill of adventure and tosses the GoPro back to the ground below. It's a heart-stopping moment for the owner, but one that ultimately ends in relief and excitement. After all, while losing a camera would be a setback, gaining such unique footage is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Have you ever seen those ghost possession movies where the Pope rolls up his sleeves and performs an exorcism? Well, forget Hollywood. I found a video online that shows what appears to be a real-life exorcism, and let me tell you, it's seriously creepy. This video supposedly comes from Iran and features a homeowner performing an exorcism ritual in his own house. While they're filming the ceremony, they capture some truly bizarre phenomena. In the beginning, as the homeowner conducts the exorcism, something unseen yanks the girl's tightly secured ponytail straight up in the air, causing her to panic. Then, in the very next shot, we see the father, presumably performing the ritual on a picture frame. As he does, the frame inexplicably begins to shake and falls off the wall on its own. This pattern of objects moving and falling by themselves continues throughout the house, all caught on camera. Honestly, it's chilling to watch. The family's reactions throughout the whole ordeal seem genuine, adding to the unsettling realism of the video. Just check out their expressions. Pure terror. The question of whether aliens exist has raged online for years, and videos like this only fan the flames of the debate.
The heck is that? Oh my god!
This video, supposedly taken on July 4th, 2011, features a man who lives a whopping 6 miles from the nearest city. He hears strange sounds coming from the forest behind his house, and, well, let's just say curiosity, or maybe a little recklessness, gets the better of him. He ventures out, armed with only a flashlight and camera, to investigate the source of the noise. Not exactly the brightest idea, in my opinion. As he explores the woods, he spots a strange figure hunched over in the bushes, seemingly busy with something. He zooms in with his camera, and whatever this thing is, it seems to notice. It locks eyes with the cameraman, who understandably freaks out and bolts. So what was this creepy creature? Let's take a closer look at the footage when it was caught on camera. The figure has a thin build and an unmistakable hunched posture that screams alien to me. Spotting a potential alien is scary enough, but what really sends shivers down my spine is what it might have been doing out there in the woods, all alone and acting so strange. So the same guy who captured the last footage of the possible alien encounter in the woods is back with another video. And let me tell you, things just got a whole lot more terrifying.
My god, what the heck? Oh my god! What the?
Apparently, 5 months after his initial sighting, this man had another close call with the strange hunched creature. This time, however, it wasn't just lurking in the forest. It was right outside his front door. On December 7th, 2011, according to the video, he encountered the creature again. Before he could get a good look at it, the thing bolted towards him, forcing him to scramble back inside his house. The footage, shaky and unclear as it is, seems to show an aggressive movement. The creature lunges at the cameraman with surprising speed and ferocity. He barely dodges it. It's all undeniably creepy. But here's the real head scratcher. Why does this guy keep going back for more? Seriously, dude, call the police, call animal control, call literally anyone else. This thing is clearly dangerous. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. The scars of World War still run deep, with a chilling reminder lurking beneath the surface: unexploded bombs. This video offers a glimpse into the dangers that still exist. The clip, reportedly filmed in Poland, captures the controlled detonation of a massive World War bomb found submerged in water. The explosion is awe-inspiring. Colossal eruption of water that shoots meters into the air. The sheer size of the blast covers a vast area of the water's surface. Thankfully, being underwater significantly reduces the destructive impact. However, even contained, the force is undeniable, as evidenced by the towering geyser of water. This detonation was most likely carried out intentionally by authorities as a safe way to dispose of the bomb. An uncontrolled explosion could have been catastrophic. This video serves as a stark reminder of the lingering dangers of war and the importance of safe bomb disposal procedures. Whales, the majestic giants of the ocean, are sadly vulnerable. This video from Essex Beach captures a heartbreaking scene. The footage shows a massive whale washed ashore, its enormous body sprawled lifelessly on the sand. Beachgoers mill around, a mixture of awe and sadness evident on their faces. This gentle giant clearly met an untimely demise. After some time, authorities arrived to remove the whale's immense body. It's likely cranes were used to lift the colossal creature. It's a sobering sight. A creature built for the vastness of the ocean, now stranded on the shore. Whales boast impressive lifespans, making this loss even more tragic. Something cut this creature's life short, leaving only questions and a sense of loss. The debate about animal emotions rages on, but videos like this certainly showcase the wild side of nature. This video, captured by a family in Australia, depicts a fierce struggle for survival. A lone raccoon sets its sights on a vulnerable gosling in a group of siblings, protected by their parents. The determined raccoon makes a daring move, charging towards its target. Just as it's about to snatch a gosling, the mama goose springs into action, launching a fierce attack that sends the raccoon tumbling. Undeterred, the persistent raccoon tries twice more to get its prize. But the mama goose proves to be a formidable opponent. Finally, the raccoon gives up and retreats. This video is a testament to the incredible protective instincts of geese, particularly mama geese, who will go to any lengths to defend their young. Just look at the size difference between the goslings and the adult goose. It's truly impressive to see her take on a much larger predator. This next clip is pretty bizarre. It shows a person 6 feet under in a grave, trying to communicate with the outside world in a strange way. The video comes from a graveyard where someone recorded a very unusual thing happening at a grave. In the video, you can see a grave among many others in a graveyard, with flowers placed on top. The strange thing about this particular grave is the way one of the flowers is behaving. Instead of swaying gently in the breeze, the flower is inexplicably spinning in circles, almost like a tiny pinwheel. This erratic movement is certainly eye-catching. The flower makes complete rotations. Of course, a logical explanation could be that someone installed a hidden motor inside the flower, causing it to spin, but that doesn't explain why someone would do such a thing. The other, more unsettling possibility is that the person buried beneath the grave is trying to send a message from beyond the veil. This video has sparked a lot of debate online, with viewers divided on the cause of the spinning flower. What do you think? Is it a mechanical prank or something more paranormal? Ever dreamt of witnessing a real-life phoenix rising from the ashes? Well, this photo might just spark your imagination. This incredible picture taken near Mount Etna captures a truly awe-inspiring sight. A fiery bird soaring majestically across the sky. Online, it's been dubbed the Phoenix of Etna due to its uncanny resemblance to the mythical creature. Just look at the sheer size of this fiery bird. Compare it to the buildings below, dwarfed by its imposing presence. Now, before you get too excited, there's a scientific explanation. This isn't a real phoenix come to life, but rather a clever trick of nature. Mount Etna, known for its volcanic activity, has erupted, causing the trees on its slopes to burn. The smoke and flames have created a remarkable illusion, forming the silhouette of a majestic phoenix against the sky. Of course, this fiery spectacle wouldn't last forever. This illusion would vanish within minutes. But that doesn't diminish the incredible power and beauty captured in this photo. It's a fleeting glimpse of nature's raw power and the captivating potential for illusion it can create. This next heartwarming video comes from a farm and captures the tear-jerking moment a donkey reunites with the girl who raised it. Get ready for a wave of emotions. The video opens with the girl approaching, arms outstretched. The donkey, sensing her presence, lets out a series of excited brays. It's clear they recognize each other instantly. The donkey then charges towards the girl, and they share a heartwarming hug that speaks volumes about their bond. They say animals don't have emotions, but videos like this prove otherwise. This donkey clearly remembers the girl who cared for it as a little one. Their reunion is a beautiful testament to the powerful connection animals can form with their caretakers. This heartwarming clip is sure to melt your heart, and maybe even inspire you to consider welcoming a furry, or in this case, long-eared, friend into your life. My friends are obsessed with cave exploring, always begging me to join their spelunking adventures. But honestly, videos like this are exactly why I politely decline. Whoa, hold on a minute. This unsettling footage was captured by a group of cave explorers venturing deep into a network of tunnels in Poland. As they navigate the darkness with their flashlight and camera, something truly bizarre appears in the distance. The original video was shrouded in shadow, so it's been stabilized for clarity. But even with the adjustments, one thing's clear. There's a creature lurking in the depths of the tunnel. It darts across the screen, a dark humanoid figure seemingly running away from the explorer's light. Reacting to this chilling sight, The cameraman instinctively follows the creature with the camera, but it vanishes without a trace. No further sign, no sound. Just an empty tunnel where the figure once was. Talk about a heart-stopping experience down there. What do you think this thing could be? A figment of the explorer's imagination? A clever trick of the light? Or something more? Let us know your theories in the comments. A family was relaxing at home, watching some Netflix, when a flash of movement darted past the window caught their eye. Curious and a little spooked, they all headed outside to investigate while grabbing their phone to film. In the video they recorded, you can hear the mom explain what just happened as they slowly walk towards the bushes where they saw the movement.
So we were inside watching TV and something like went by the window and we're just coming out here to investigate it.
Yeah, we're sitting on the sofa in the living room watching TV, and then something went by the window. I didn't really see much, but I just saw it out of the corner of my eye.
That's when they spotted giant footprints in the snow. They followed the tracks, totally surprised to see a giant, hairy figure way off in the distance. At first, the creature seemed clueless about the family. But as they tried to sneak closer for a peek, it somehow noticed them. Panicked, the whole family turned and ran for their lives, screaming their heads off.
I think...
Oh my God!
The video ends with them scrambling back to their house, shaken by this close encounter with the unknown creature. Watching this video, I believe this creature they spotted might be the legendary Bigfoot, but without clearer evidence, it's hard to say for sure. However, one thing's for certain. It was a truly scary experience to see such a strange creature roaming near their home. This video, seemingly from Afghanistan, showcases a very strange discovery made by a local villager on a mountain. In the clip he recorded, the camera is focused on a small, furry creature with hands and feet that surprisingly resemble those of a human. This creature is covered in thick black fur and has a tiny body and walks in an odd way, like a mix between an ape and a human baby. Another strange detail, the creature seems to sit after taking a few steps. We can't see its face because of all that fur, and apparently it doesn't make a single peep according to the cameraman. So what is this mystery critter? The video has everyone online scratching their heads and guessing what it could be. Have you ever seen anything like it? Have you ever seen a predator become the prey? This video, filmed at a beach, captures a thrilling encounter between three unlikely players. The clip starts with a sneaky alligator gliding through the water, aiming to catch a crane for lunch. But unbeknownst to the gator, a much larger predator lurks beneath the surface, which was a massive shark. The shark circles silently, waiting for its moment. The alligator, completely focused on its own hunt, remains oblivious to the danger below. Suddenly, the shark strikes. It lunges at the unsuspecting alligator, startling it and sending it swimming away in a frenzy. This incredible scene showcases a rare face-off between two apex predators. While fascinating, it's also a reminder of the power and unpredictability of nature. Imagine swimming in the water and accidentally coming across this intense encounter. It would certainly be a terrifying experience. I recently found a curious video on Reddit that's both unbelievable and oddly convincing. It comes from South Korea and shows a strange occurrence. The video starts with the camera pointed through a broken piece of glass, revealing an object in the sky. When the person filming removes the glass from in front of the camera's lens, the object disappears. They put the glass back, and the object reappears in the same spot. The video poster claims it's an unknown flying object, and considering the footage, it's easy to see why. But it's strange that the object is only visible through the broken glass. It could be a camera glitch or even light distortion. However, on the wilder side of possibilities, one might speculate that this object was an alien spacecraft, and they are using advanced technology to cloak themselves, and this individual accidentally discovered it with a simple broken piece of glass. This is, of course, highly unlikely, but it's the kind of speculation that makes the video so intriguing. Have you ever seen those slimy, strange creatures from movies? Well, this beach video shows something similar, but supposedly real. The video captures a bizarre encounter between a black, gooey creature and a crab. The creature, resembling a slug but with a less solid form, tries to grab onto the crab. The crab struggles to resist, but within seconds, the gooey monster engulfs it completely, seemingly consuming it whole. This creature is unlike anything we've ever seen on land. While regular slugs are slimy, this one appears entirely gooey and jelly-like. The way it wraps itself around the crab and vanishes it is truly bizarre and unsettling. While the video sparks wild theories of aliens from outer space, a more logical explanation could be that this creature comes from the unexplored depths of the ocean. But hey, isn't anything unknown technically alien to us? A tourist family visiting Wayun National Forest had an encounter they'll never forget. They believe they may have captured footage of the legendary Sasquatch on video, which they uploaded to YouTube. The video shows the family enjoying the view near a waterfall. As they film the scenery, something catches the camera in the distance, walking among the trees. Upon rewinding and slowing down the footage, a figure emerges that closely resembles descriptions of Sasquatch. The tall, humanoid figure has a furry body and a slightly hunched back, matching the classic image of the creature. The tourists who filmed the video say they were completely unaware of their encounter until they reviewed the footage back home. This adds an extra layer of spookiness, knowing the creature was seemingly close by without them realizing it. Have you ever seen something so strange it boggles your mind? This beach video features just such a creature. At first glance, it's impossible to tell what it is. Its body is covered in numerous openings, each independently moving with spiky, tongue-like protrusion. The creature's texture is also bizarre, hard, and rough like a rock. The more you look, the stranger it gets. Some viewers believe it's an alien, while others think it's a deep sea worm straight out of a nightmare. Regardless of its origin, its movement is undeniably unsettling and even disgusting. To me, it's hard not to wonder what would happen if you touched one of those bizarre openings. This heartwarming video shows how Florida deputies bravely rescued a 5-year-old girl with autism who had wandered into the woods. One Monday morning, the girl left her home in Florida and ended up in a wooded area. Her family quickly alerted authorities, and the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office sent a helicopter to help with the search. The helicopter used a special camera that can see heat, even in the dark, to find the girl in the dense woods. This technology helped them pinpoint her exact location.
Hey, I think I got her in the woods.
Allowing officers to reach her on foot and bring her to safety. Thankfully, the girl was unharmed and reunited with her family. This story highlights the amazing work of law enforcement and the importance of technology in keeping our communities safe. While thermal cameras are known for saving lives, they can sometimes capture strange things, like the footage from these Canadian woods. The video shows a normal thermal image of the dense woods, everything appearing cold. Suddenly, a heat signature appears on the camera, a clear humanoid figure standing in the distance. The strange part, the figure seems to be peeking from behind a tree, looking directly at the camera. It stands there for a while before slowly walking away. The figure's outline resembles a human, but its slow gait and blank stare towards the camera raise questions. What was this creature doing in the forest, lurking in the shadows? The video leaves us with an unsettling mystery. Forget those grainy photos of blurry lights in the sky. This Dutchman just captured undeniable proof of extraterrestrials. Well, almost. This Dutch homeowner, initially dismissing the unknown flying object sighting that he saw before as a possible airplane due to the nearby airfield, became curious when he heard unusual sounds during a thunderstorm. In the video, venturing outside to investigate the sounds, he felt a sense of being followed, though no one was visible. As he explored the bushes, he caught sight of a strange creature lurking nearby. Slowing down the clip he captured, we can see that this creature looks like a humanoid with a pig-like face. After being spotted, the creature seemed startled and quickly vanished from sight. The homeowner's conclusion that this creature may be related to the earlier sighting suggests a connection between the two phenomena. Sure, the idea of alien life might raise a few eyebrows, but tales like these make you wonder, don't they? Who knows what lies beyond our earthly realm? Ever glanced at the sky and had that sinking feeling that doomsday might be upon us? Well, brace yourselves, because this video aims to give you a taste of just that. This unsettling footage comes all the way from Michigan and was captured by a family who were, let's just say, thoroughly freaked out. In the video they recorded, we can see multiple smoky trails streak across the sky, seemingly descending towards the ground. It's like something out of a movie. Fireballs raining down from the heavens. There are 5, maybe 6 of these trails, stretching from high above all the way down near the horizon. So what exactly caused this unsettling display? Online theories have been flying faster than those smoky trails. Some believe it could be debris from a destroyed aircraft. Others say parts of a rocket. And a few even went as far as suggesting alien activity. Now, let's get a little scientific here. While those theories are certainly out there, the most likely explanation is a meteor shower. Meteors, also known as shooting stars, heat up as they enter Earth's atmosphere, creating the glowing trails we see. Even though it's a natural phenomenon, there's no denying the eerie feeling this video evokes. This next video will have you locking your doors and checking the windows twice. A homeowner in his own neighborhood stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare.
Dude, what the fuck is that? Dude, look through the night vision. Look on the screen. See what is that? Hello? Hey, who is that?
This footage shows a homeowner venturing out to investigate strange screams echoing outside his house. As he cautiously prowls the neighborhood, his camera captures a mysterious figure lurking in the distance. Despite the homeowner's attempts to communicate, the figure remains silent, ominously darting across the street. Suddenly, the air is pierced by a blood-curdling scream.
It's tripping me out, dude.
Sending shivers down the homeowner's spine, who wastes no time in hightailing it out of there with his camera in tow. What's truly unnerving is that the entity captured on camera bears no resemblance to anything we've ever seen before. Its spectral appearance suggests something otherworldly, perhaps a ghost or a spirit. After witnessing this spine-chilling encounter, it's safe to say that investigating strange noises in the dead of night is off the table for me. Ever wondered what it'd be like to see a real-life flying person? Not the kind in cheesy superhero movies, mind you, but something a whole lot more unsettling.
Lindsay, come here.
This unsettling footage, captured in Maryhill, has gone viral, leaving both locals and internet users bewildered. In the clip, you'll see this figure up high, looking just like a person. It's got a shape that seems to have a head, arms, and legs, all covered in what looks like a big billowing cloak. And it's zipping through the sky at a pretty fast pace, leaving everyone scratching their heads. Now, if I had to take a guess, it could be some sort of fancy drone made to look like a person, maybe to freak people out or pull a prank. Or it might just be one of those huge kites that look like a person, but are really just made of paper. Either way, whether it's a drone or a kite, seeing something like that flying around would give anyone the creeps. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Forget everything you think you know about wolf sounds. This next clip will have you scratching your head and maybe wondering if it's a fox in disguise. That, my friends, is the surprising bark roar of a maned wolf. Filmed at a zoo in Brazil, this fascinating creature is a true oddity of the animal kingdom. Take a look. With its reddish fur and long legs, it almost seems like a fox on stilts crossed with a slender wolf. The resemblance to a fox is uncanny, but the maned wolf is actually a whole different species. But the real shocker comes from their vocalizations. Unlike their howling cousins, maned wolves unleash a unique roar bark, a deep guttural sound that wouldn't be out of place in a monster movie. This powerful vocalization helps them communicate with potential mates across vast distances. Now, before you get any ideas about petting these intriguing animals, here's a word of caution. While not inherently aggressive, maned wolves are wild creatures and will defend themselves if provoked. So, admire from afar and appreciate their unique appearance and vocalizations. This next clip, captured in 2006 in British Columbia, recounts the unforgettable experience of two brothers during a camping trip.
Quick, stay back!
The footage, recorded by one of the brothers, initially captures a large dark figure in the distance, prompting them to assume it was a bear. However, upon closer examination, they quickly realized it wasn't a bear at all, prompting a hasty retreat. Upon returning to the same spot later on, they discovered massive footprints in the ground, resembling those of an exceptionally large creature. In the first video, the brothers describe seeing a dark figure behind the bushes, standing at an imposing 6 feet tall, hunched over, and seemingly fixated on them. However, upon their return, the figure was nowhere to be found. While some speculate it could have been a massive black bear, the footprints they discovered cast doubt on this theory. Could this encounter have been with Bigfoot or something even more ominous? The mystery remains. When it comes to aerial supremacy, few can rival the majestic eagle soaring high above. But as night falls and darkness envelops the landscape, a new contender emerges. One that might just surprise you. This gripping footage, originally intended to observe the daily routines of eagles, captured something far more dramatic and unsettling. In the peaceful setting of their nest, illuminated only by the camera's flash, few eagles rest unaware of the impending danger lurking in the darkness. Suddenly, like a ghostly apparition, a creature descends upon them with lightning speed, snatching one of the eagles before swiftly vanishing into the night. The stealthy predator responsible for this audacious attack, none other than the owl. Yes, you heard that right. Under the cover of darkness, these nocturnal hunters transform into avian ninjas, utilizing their keen vision and unmatched agility to hunt with precision and efficiency. It's a reminder that in nature, every species possesses its own unique advantages, ensuring a delicate balance in the intricate web of life. Nature never ceases to astound us, especially when it comes to the mysteries lurking beneath the waves. Like this bizarre creature you're about to witness. Now, before you start thinking we've stumbled upon an extraterrestrial visitor, let me assure you, this creature hails from the depths of our very own oceans. In the video, we see someone picking up a shell from the ground, only to reveal the surreal, alien-like appendages of this creature wriggling and moving about. It's enough to make you think you've stepped onto the set of an alien movie. But fear not, for this is none other than the humble horseshoe crab. Despite its intimidating appearance, the horseshoe crab is essentially an armored box on the move. Its body is divided into 3 distinct sections, encased within a hardened exoskeleton that provides protection and support. While its appearance may be otherworldly, rest assured, it's a bona fide denizen of our oceans. Still, there's no denying the eerie aura surrounding these creatures. As fascinating as they are, I think it's safe to say we'd prefer them to remain where they belong, in the depths of the ocean, far away from our shores. Mirror, mirror, mirror on the forest wall, who's the fiercest one of all? This trail camera caught a wild showdown between a curious leopard and a herd of protective elephants. This captivating video was caught by a camera placed in a forest to see how animals react to their reflections. At first, a curious leopard strolled by, checking out its mirrored image. But soon enough, the leopard got aggressive, thinking its reflection was a rival, and attacked it. Just as the leopard was getting into its own reflection, a group of selfish elephants showed up, scaring the leopard away. But after they scared the leopard, the elephants just wandered off, leaving the mirror behind. The leopard, not bothered by the elephants, came back and cautiously checked out its reflection until the video ended. The elephant's behavior might seem a bit selfish, hogging the mirror like that, but maybe they were just looking out for themselves, making sure the mirror didn't cause any trouble. This video is a fascinating glimpse into how wild animals react to the unfamiliar. The leopard's curiosity and the elephant's cautiousness are both natural instincts. Imagine you're enjoying a peaceful afternoon in your backyard, soaking up the sunshine, when suddenly you spot something straight out of a horror movie, a half-eaten, zombie-like bug. That's exactly what this next video brings. This unsettling scene was captured by a homeowner in his backyard, where he stumbled upon a cicada that looked like it had seen better days. With its body torn open and its internal organs nowhere to be found, you'd think this cicada would be down for the count. But nope, it's still kicking, or rather walking, as if nothing's wrong. Now people on the internet are screaming zombie virus left and right. But let me tell you, the reality is even creepier. Turns out, this unfortunate cicada has fallen victim to the Massosporovirus, a parasite that consumes it from the inside out, then manipulates its behavior to drive it to mate. Yep, you heard that right. This poor cicadae is now unwittingly playing wingman, trying to attract mates despite its less than attractive appearance. But hey, I don't think anyone's lining up to swipe right on this cicada anytime soon. Good luck finding a mate, buddy. You're gonna need it. If zombie bugs weren't enough to creep you out, this zombie fish will definitely raise your eyebrows. This isn't your typical sushi nightmare. This fish in an aquarium, it's missing a good chunk of its body, but it's swimming around like nothing phases it. Like someone took a giant bite. We can see right into its flesh. Also, its mouth is still working, and it's navigating the tank with no problem. It's pretty bizarre to see an animal seemingly function normally while missing a significant portion of its body. Like 20% missing. No big deal. Apparently, this isn't an isolated incident. There have been reports of fish in Thailand surviving for months with half their bodies gone. Talk about resilience. It seems these fish have a remarkable ability to adapt to injuries. While this fish might look like it came back from the dead, it's all thanks to some impressive biological adaptations. Still, it's a pretty wild sight, wouldn't you say? If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Ever think your cat's just a cuddle machine who lives for naps and treats? Think again. This video shows us a whole new side to our feline friend. This video comes from a homeowner who catches a furry showdown on camera. A stray cat facing off against a sly fox. Despite the size difference, the cat holds its ground like a tiny lion. The video shows the fox circling, lunging, trying everything to scare the cat off. But this brave kitty doesn't back down. It hisses, swats, and stands firm. Talk about a victory for the underdog. This incredible scene reminds us that cats are more than just lap warmers. They have surprising courage and resourcefulness. Who knows, maybe your own cat is a secret ninja warrior in disguise. Motherhood is tough, no matter the species.
Yeah, hostile champ.
This video, filmed at a zoo in India, captures a hilarious moment of discipline. A group of tourists are visiting a chimpanzee enclosure when a young chimp throws a rock towards them. But this mischievous act doesn't go unnoticed. The young chimp's mama, with reflexes honed by years of experience raising offspring, springs into action. She delivers a quick but firm correction. The surprised tourists erupt in laughter, capturing this fleeting moment on camera. While the exact reason behind the rock throw remains a mystery, the mother's swift response is clear. Chimpanzees are highly intelligent creatures with complex social structures. Mothers play a crucial role in teaching their young appropriate behavior within the group. This could include anything from proper grooming techniques to conflict resolution and even basic tool use. This video might be a funny anecdote, but it highlights the fascinating similarities between human and chimpanzee parenting. Ever feel a prickle on the back of your neck? A sense you're not truly alone. Maybe it's just a draft, or perhaps something more. This spine-chilling video, captured by a security camera in a hallway, documents a truly bizarre encounter. Watch closely as a woman enters the hallway, seemingly absorbed in her phone. Suddenly, without warning, a pot inexplicably topples over at the far end of the corridor. The woman halts in her tracks, visibly startled. And then it happens. A swift, unseen force rushes past her, disturbing her hair as if carried by a gust of wind. The woman's reaction speaks volumes as she bolts from the scene in terror, leaving behind a lingering sense of unease. What was that unseen presence? The woman's apprehension suggests she felt its presence even before it made its presence known. Some may argue it was merely a draft, but how could a breeze find its way into a closed-off hallway with such force? It's a puzzling and unsettling incident, one that leaves us grappling with questions and searching for answers in the realm of the unexplained. Cats out of the bag. Well, not quite. This next video proves even majestic lions can have moments as clumsy as your house cat. Filmed by a tourist visiting a zoo, this clip captures a hilarious and slightly concerning scene. See that group of lions enjoying a meal from a feeding barrel. Well, things take a turn when one lion's head gets stuck inside the barrel. Panic sets in as the lion frantically tries to dislodge the barrel. It charges, it shakes its head, it even tries a good old-fashioned headbutt against the ground. All in vain. The sight of this mighty predator reduced to such comical desperation is sure to bring a smile to your face, but also a touch of concern. Just like our feline companions, lions apparently aren't big fans of having their heads stuck in things. Hopefully, the zookeepers were able to intervene and free the lion from its embarrassing. Prepare to get chills as you witness something truly eerie. Captured at the historic Valentine, this video showcases an eerie and possibly supernatural event. In the footage, we see an old, dimly lit hallway with a static camera capturing the scene. Suddenly, a faint, translucent figure appears, moving slowly through the corridor. The apparition seems to glide effortlessly, casting no shadow. As it moves, the figure becomes more defined, revealing the vague shape of a person dressed in old-fashioned clothing. The figure pauses, almost as if it senses being watched, before disappearing into thin air. It's a spine-tingling spectacle that leaves us questioning what we just saw. Is it a ghostly presence from Valentine's past? Or is there another explanation? Either way, it's a captivating piece of footage that's sure to spark debate. Remember, whether you believe in ghosts or not, always keep an open mind and enjoy the mysteries that life throws our way. This clip from Canada will have you on the edge of your seat. Or maybe just double-checking your locks at night. Captured in a suburban area in Canada, this video showcases a heart-stopping encounter with wildlife. In the footage, we see a seemingly ordinary garage or porch, but the scene quickly becomes extraordinary. Out of nowhere, a mountain lion appears, prowling around the space. The majestic yet intimidating animal moves cautiously, its sharp eyes scanning the surroundings. The focus is on this powerful predator as it explores the area, perhaps searching for food or simply curious. The mountain lion's presence is both awe-inspiring and unnerving, a stark reminder of nature's proximity. However, I must emphasize the importance of safety. If you ever find yourself in such a situation, keep your distance and contact wildlife authorities. Mountain lions are wild animals, and it's best to appreciate them from afar. This clip will have you questioning the odds of a lightning strike. Captured during a storm, this video showcases an extraordinary and frightening event: a moving car being struck by lightning. In the footage, we see the car driving down the road when suddenly, a bolt of lightning strikes it directly. The car comes to a halt and smoke begins to billow from it, creating a dramatic scene. Almost immediately, people start to gather around the vehicle, forming a surprisingly large crowd. Some appear to be checking on the driver, while others look on with concern or curiosity. I believe the odds of getting struck by lightning are very low, like 1 in 15,000, so this guy must have been extremely unlucky to have this happening to him. The real question is, why did so many people gather like that? It's a bit strange, isn't it? Is it just the natural human instinct to help, or is there something more drawing them in? Have you ever seen a crowd form so quickly after an unusual event? This clip will have you questioning the ordinary, or maybe just wondering what's really happening in your kitchen. Captured by a security camera in the kitchen, this video showcases a bizarre and unexplained event. In the footage, we see a man, presumably the husband, getting up in the middle of the night for a bowl of cereal. As he goes about his late-night snack routine, something strange happens. The cereal box moves by itself. The man is oblivious at first, but the unexpected motion catches his attention. He looks around, puzzled and slightly unnerved by what he just witnessed. The real question is, how did the cereal box move on its own? It's a bit spooky, isn't it? I believe this would be the work of what people call a poltergeist, a spirit capable of messing with physical objects. Have you ever experienced something similar? This clip made me just feel a bit more uneasy about the dark. Captured in a zoo, this video showcases the intriguing and somewhat eerie behavior of vampire bats. With their little, yet creepy bodies, they slowly approach a bowl full of blood that serves as their food. I don't know how you feel, but this one made me shiver a bit, thinking these creatures are out there in the night. However, apparently, these bats are not as common. There are many bat species that consume only fruit or insects, and only vampire bats feed on the blood of other animals. These bats use heat sensors on their noses to locate a suitable spot on their prey, often opting for areas where blood vessels are close to the skin. Their sharp teeth make a small incision, and they lap up the blood with their tongue. Interestingly, the saliva of vampire bats contains anticoagulants that prevent the blood from clotting, ensuring a steady flow. With all this info I learned, I just hope I never come across one in real life. Have you ever encountered a vampire bait or seen one up close? What are your thoughts on these mysterious nocturnal creatures? If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Campfire stories are great, but some real-life camping experiences are enough to scare you straight back to civilization. Here's one that'll make you double-check your campsite before settling in for the night.
Buster, ai meu Deus do céu! Vocês estão entendendo o quanto de jacaré tem aqui?
This chilling video comes from a group of friends on a camping trip near a lake. As they were settling in for the night, they heard a disturbance outside their tent. One of the friends grabbed the camera, and as they unzipped the tent, they were horrified to see a massive swarm of alligators waiting just outside. Hundreds of alligator eyes reflected the flashlight beam, creating an eerie and terrifying scene. However, the video cuts off after just a few seconds, leaving us to wonder what happened next. Let's just say whoever picked that camping spot clearly didn't do their research. One wrong step outside that tent could have been disastrous. Maybe next time, they'll listen to their friend who suggested a different location. This is a cautionary tale for all campers. Choose your campsite wisely, and always be aware of your surroundings. Stealing stuff is one thing, but being proud of it and showing off on camera is a whole new level of audacity. This adorable groundhog named Chunk has been caught on camera doing the same thing for an entire year. Chunk has a habit of stealing a farmer's crops and then munching on them right in front of the camera, as if flexing his spoils. Look at how confidently he devours those fruits and veggies, savoring every bite with no shame. Interestingly, Chunk doesn't like to eat the same thing 2 days in a row, so he switches between different crops, showcasing his varied diet on camera. I gotta admit though, while it's a bit frustrating for the farmer, Chunk is undeniably adorable. The way he stares into the camera with those beady eyes, it's hard not to crack a smile. Maybe he's less of a thief and more of a food critic with a penchant for performance art. Either way, Chunk's got us hooked. The vastness of the ocean holds countless mysteries, with 95% of its depths unexplored. This next video offers a glimpse into that hidden world, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen.
What is this? What is this?
Filmed by a beachgoer after a hurricane, this video captures a truly bizarre sight. In the video, you can see a strange-looking creature washed up on the shore. Everything about this creature is weird. It has a jellyfish-like texture, with a body made up of multiple strands. These mysterious creatures are scattered all over the beach, leaving people baffled about what they are witnessing. To me, this creature resembles a cluster of rare sea worms, clumped together to form such an unusual shape. They cling to seaweed washed up on the beach, with some even tangled in the vegetation. Despite the fascination, it's probably wise not to get too close, as it could be poisonous or otherwise dangerous. Perhaps it hails from the deepest trenches of the ocean, a creature from the abyss finally revealed. Or maybe, just maybe, it's something even more outlandish. The mystery of this strange being deepens the more we look. This next clip was recorded by a homeowner who had been experiencing paranormal activities in his house. One night, as he was heading to the kitchen, he noticed something strange and decided to start recording for proof. The video shows the homeowner walking towards the kitchen when he spots a face looking at him through the glass door. He turns off the storeroom light, and as he closes the door, a face appears to be standing on the opposite side. This face looks human, as if someone is on the other side of the glass door. The man, visibly shaken, opens the door to check but finds no one there. He closes the door again, and the face reappears. This time, he presses his hand against the glass, and the figure mirrors his action, pressing its hand against the glass from the other side. Terrified, he quickly opens the door again, but once more, no one is there. This chilling encounter would spook anyone. Seeing faces and figures like that in your own home is the stuff of nightmares. If I were in his place, I'd put my house up for sale immediately. Some people argue that animals have a heart and do care, but videos like this remind us why they are called wild in the first place. This video was recorded by a driver who witnessed a terrifying scene unfold right in front of his car. A hawk swooped down, targeting a helpless kitten perched on the dashboard. The windshield, invisible to the predator, was the only thing separating the kitten from a vicious attack. The unsuspecting kitten had no idea of the danger it was in. Meanwhile, the hawk was relentless, determined to make the kitten its prey. This is a stark display of the raw power and instinct that course through wild animals. It's important to remember to respect the wild nature of animals, even the seemingly cute ones. This close encounter is a cautionary tale for anyone who thinks leaving a pet unattended in a car is safe. This next video takes us to eastern India, where a rare genetic mutation has sparked a unique response. As you can see, this newborn calf has only one eye. This unusual characteristic has made it a local sensation, even garnering a place of reverence. In the footage, you can see a fur-less newborn calf in a casket-like structure, adorned with flowers around its neck. This calf is being worshipped because of its genetic mutation of having only one eye. The local people believe it is a divine gift and are showing their respect and reverence through prayer. The calf has been placed in a temple, attracting people from all around the area who come to catch a glimpse of this unusual creature. However, the condition this calf has is known as cyclopia, a severe malformation caused by issues in the brain's development early in pregnancy. While it's heartening to see such acceptance and reverence for a mutated animal, keeping the calf in that casket-like structure isn't exactly humane. It's a reminder of how cultural beliefs can shape our treatment of animals, for better or worse. Another fascinating anomaly from India. This video showcases a bull with a truly unique appearance. This video also comes from India and features a massive bull with a unique anomaly. This bull has 3 horns on its head and 3 eyes. It has 2 normal horns with an additional horn right in the middle, and the same goes for its eyes. Despite these unusual features, the bull functions normally, moving its head as expected. In the video, even the local policemen are seen recording this extraordinary bull. Genetic mutations often lead to handicaps, but this bull seems to have gotten lucky with its 3 horns and 3 eyes. Imagine this bull in a fight with other bulls. Those extra horns could give it a significant advantage due to this remarkable mutation. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Have you ever stumbled upon something in nature that's so bizarre it makes you question the whole design process? This next clip is a real head scratcher. Yeah, this bug has a claw on its back. This video was recorded by an office worker who spotted a weird-looking bug roaming around on his desk. In the video, you can see a long black bug with a terrifying crab-like claw at its rear. The front of its body resembles a cockroach. but the back looks like a crab claw, almost as if a crab and a cockroach had a baby together. However, don't lose your mind thinking it's some kind of alien bug. This creature is actually a well-known insect called an earwig. Earwigs are common nocturnal pests that might nibble on your dahlias or ripe apples. Despite their intimidating appearance, earwigs are not dangerous. They don't feed on human flesh or blood and never bite, although they may pinch with their pincers if they feel threatened. Even though they're harmless, I definitely don't want one roaming anywhere near my property. This next clip is a chilling reminder of why respecting wildlife is crucial. The video comes from a village in Russia, and it captures a terrifying encounter between humans and a wild bear. This video comes from Russia and captures a terrifying bear encounter. In the video, recorded by villagers, you see a massive brown bear inside a home, while 5 guys are on the roof, clearly hiding from the bear. As they're hiding, one of them yells, catching the bear's attention. In an instant, the bear climbs the bags stacked in front of the house, uses them to reach the roof, and starts chasing the men. Panic ensues as the guys scatter, some jumping from the roof and others climbing down the sides. The bear singles out one person and chases him across the roof as the video ends. This was a really close call, and the bear seemed pretty agitated, possibly annoyed by the commotion. It's scary to see how easily these massive, ferocious creatures can climb and navigate obstacles. Talk about David and Goliath. This next video shows that size doesn't always matter, especially in the animal kingdom. I found this video on Reddit, and it captures a really surprising moment. Recorded by a farmer, we see 2 horses strolling along a track. However, their leisurely walk comes to an abrupt halt when they spot something scary in their path. A rabbit. Yes, a small rabbit is sitting on the path of these 2 giant horses. These massive horses seem absolutely terrified of this little ball of fluff. They snort, they paw the ground, they do everything short of breathing fire to scare it away. But the rabbit? Oh, the rabbit couldn't care less. It sits there like a furry roadblock, completely unfazed by the equine drama unfolding around it. For a whole minute, this standoff continues. The horse is too nervous to budge, the rabbit the picture of blissful zen. The video ends with the horses still at a standstill, leaving us to wonder if the mighty rabbit ever granted them passage. This is a hilarious reminder that sometimes even the smallest creatures can have the biggest personalities. Remember those heartwarming Disney moments where animals become unlikely friends? Well, get ready for a real-life dose of cuteness. Look at this. On a cozy porch, we see an unlikely friendship blossoming, a playful rabbit and a gentle deer. The rabbit zips around with playful energy while the deer lowers its head, nuzzling and grooming its furry friend. The rabbit seems to be lapping up the attention, enjoying this unexpected spa treatment. Such interactions are pretty rare. Deer are typically cautious creatures and very selective about whom they interact with. In the wild, deer are not usually friendly as they grow up. They become territorial, making this interaction even more unique and adorable. It's like a Disney scene unfolding in real life. Are you ready for some creepy crawlies? If not, maybe skip this next clip. Even for some bug enthusiasts, this next video is pretty darn unsettling. This video comes from a hiker in Australia who stumbled upon a sight that would send shivers down most spines. It's a beetle, but not your average beetle. This one appears to be half-eaten, its body grotesquely open, and its insides seemingly missing. But despite its mangled state, the beetle is still moving. It crawls sluggishly, a horrifying display of resilience. Naturally, the question arises: what's causing this? The internet offers a few theories. Some say it's a parasite, a body snatcher of the insect world, taking control of the poor beetle like a nightmarish puppeteer. Others claim this beetle is some kind of creepy immortal, somehow surviving, even with its insides exposed and breathing through its exoskeleton. Whatever the explanation, this video is a surefire way to fuel your nightmares. And let's just say my desire to burn the entire thing is completely understandable. For more videos like this, click on screen. Thanks for tuning in.